Hi everybody, Johnny Seville, Acorn Wealth, coming at you from Thursday afternoon, and we've got an awesome market potentially ahead tomorrow. Again, Friday, options expiration Friday, which means an incredibly important day in terms of setting the direction for the market. A quick look at the S&P, you can see that we're running right up into that resistance zone, right up into this trend line resistance, but you'll see that the money flow, despite having lower highs in the price of the index, is actually making higher highs in the smart money. So that's really interesting. And I wanted to show you a quick I'm going to show you one of the really interesting stocks that I'm watching for an options play tomorrow. But before I do that, let me show you how I found it. I took a quick look across the different indexes and found that we do have this kind of divergence on the IWM, the Russell 2000, and then I took a look at the Dow Jones Transport, which is DJT, and you can see that this is actually pretty soft. It's not appreciated like a lot of the other indexes. You don't have that same rally in the money flow that you see in the other indexes. But then you go and have a look at the things like the Nasdaq, and you'll see the opposite. So the brick and mortar companies like your shipping and trucking and stuff not doing well. So that kind of area of the economy not seeing the stimulus that it previously was. Whereas you look at the Nasdaq, and you can see that's actually already broken new highs and doing extremely well. I then wanted to have a look at some of the sectors. So I broke down to check what the different sector spiders were doing to see where the strength was. And as you flip through, you'll see a lot of companies, little of the sectors that are still kind of weak, like the staples and so forth, still look pretty ho-hum. But you go and flip over to the healthcare, and look what you see. This is by far the most bullish sector of the market. The next most bullish sector of the market is utilities. And the next most bullish sector from that is actually the tech. So think about it. What are the most bullish sectors? Healthcare and technology, which is speculation, and utilities, which is safety. So the people in the market right now that are buying are the punters and the people buying safety stocks like utilities. So that's very interesting because it tells you a lot about this market. It warns you we could be getting to a top. But in the meantime, that also makes me think, well, what would I punt on? What could be a good punt for a long? So I started looking through all the stocks in the healthcare sector. I have a healthcare watch list. You can see here. Here's a bunch of stocks in the healthcare, and I came across this little guy, and this is my stock to watch tomorrow. Infinity Pharmaceuticals. Have a look at what's happening with this. This stock is down quite a lot from its highs of $50. It's all the way down to hit these lows of around 12. So big drop in the price. And over the last few months, despite the price of the stock decreasing, the smart money is increasing. Gone from a low of 28% negative to 5% on basically the same price in the stock. Now this then encouraged me to take a look at the institutional transactions on the stock. And here's the institutional transactions on INFI. Have a look at this. You got one sell by a 0.73% owner, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 institutional buys on the stock, all within the last few weeks. And if you add up the percentage that these insiders own, these institutions collectively add up to about 45% of the stock. So the people that own 45% of the stock have all bought. Don't you think that's interesting? Which then also encouraged me to look a little further and go into, say, a place like Finviz and have a quick look at the earnings, and you'll see that their earnings is set for February 25th, which is next week on Tuesday. So could be very, very interesting, and it's obviously a high risk, high speculation trade. But this is something I'm looking at, and I'm checking out the options. Just for a reference, I believe that the $15 call options for March are around 45 cents. So do with it what you may, but this came up on my watch list tonight. It's a healthcare play. speculation for you to check out. Otherwise, good luck in your trading. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Happy trading.